Technical talent is hard to find. Good technical talent is actually harder to retain. Kasi syempre pag, di ba, naamoy nila na marketable sila, baka pumunta sila sa ibang bansa. And normally, even private companies, they have a hard time keeping the talent. Eh. Kasi pag multinational yung yung nag-migrate, wala na, yung matatapatan ng sweldo. Di ba? And diba? That's the reason why we're here. We're working, diba? We're serving our constituents, but we're also working. We take care of our families. So that's a concern, a primary concern. Diba? Next slide, please. And this is a relatively new slang. Yung tawag lang nagbago. There's a trend towards green. So, maka-contribute tayo sa environment. So, the concept that came out is what is called carbon footprint. Ibig sabihin doon, so loosely translated, one of the translations of that is, para maging environment friendly kayo, huwag kayo masyadong gumamit ng kuryente. Diba? Obvious naman yung sa gasolina, diba? You consume petroleum resources, you use up, kasi nilalabas ng pag nagsisindi ka, is carbon dioxide and water, typically, plus yung mga other gases. Sa yung isang concept ngayon is, when you consume electricity, your organization has what is called a carbon footprint. Bakit? Hindi naman kumukonsumo mo ng kuryente. Hindi man, walang usok yan eh. Oo, ito, walang usok. Pero yung gumagawa ng kuryente, pwede yun yung gumagawa ng usok. Diba? So if you're using less electricity, yung nagde-generate ng kuryente, needs to generate less electricity. So, it has an effect on the environment. Yun yung impact nun. And another fact, and the reason why cloud computing and it's one of the foundation technologies, which is virtualization, is based on the second. Yung computing resources ninyo, kung mag-ano kayo, magka-task manager kayo doon sa server ninyo, tapos titignan yung utilization ng server ninyo, madalang yung average utilization ng server ninyo, malamang hindi papalo yan more than 20% of the time. Yung across, hindi ko sinasabing sisipa siya ng mataas. Pero pag in-average mo yan across like a week or a month, hindi yan tataas ng 20%. Yun yung reason kung bakit ka nag-virtualize. Ibig sabihin nun, naglalagay ka ng multiple server, parang instances into the same physical machine. Kasi nga, hindi nga nagagamit yung makina, sayang. Kesa mag-implement kayo ng 5 physical machines, maglalagay na lang kayo ng tinatawag na virtual machine sa isang box. So, pwede kang gumawa ng 5 na VM sa isang physical box. Tatakbo pa rin siya. Diba? So, that's the principle of virtualization. And that's also the foundation, one of the foundation technologies of cloud computing. Next slide, please. Hopefully, hindi kayo na. May kape dito sa tabihan. So what is cloud computing? So I will not, kasi si Commissioner Guillermo has kindly, definitely, because cloud, in a sense, particularly in the Philippines, is fairly new, but it's not new enough such that other governments are not considering it, kasi the US is fairly serious in its implementation. May cloud first initiative sila eh. So, isipin mo, a first world country like the United States is doing this. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya talaga bagong-bago. Diba? So, click ulit, sir. So, hindi ko na i-belabor yung definition. I agree that there's some ambiguity with the definition of cloud. So, kung gusto niyo magkaroon ng common definition, gamitin niyo lang yung isang definition. And the US National Institute of Science and Technology has a fairly concise definition. Pwede na yun. Para hindi kayo nagkakalituhan. Kasi problema pag lumapit kayo sa amin, lumapit kayo sa Google, sa Converge, sa Amazon, they might give you, or VMware, or kung sino man, if they don't, kasi may kanya-kanyang marketing angle yan, baka malito lang kayo. So, let's stick to a certain definition na lang. Para hindi masyadong malaki. Yun na naman yung magkakasundulan tayo. Use this definition, that's it. Diba? Next slide, please. So why consider the cloud? So, these benefits are common in both public and private sector organizations. Siyempre, cost reduction is one of them. As to the question of how much, virtualization per se, ibig sabihin nun, consolidating applications on a single physical machine. Depende. Minsan, kung just to give an idea, kung kuwari hindi lightly utilize yung mga servers ninyo, you can compress 10 servers into one physical server, magkakaroon kayo ng savings na doon sa server. The thing lang is, there's still some cost associated with the virtualization software sometimes, depending on your provider. Pero yung software licenses, that's another thing. Yung licensing model might change a little, pero baka hindi kayo makatipid masyado doon sa license. Kasi technically, pagwari, kumuha kayo ng 10 VM, 10 makina pa rin yun. Diba? So, 10 lisensya pa rin yun. So, I'm not an expert on licensing. We have our friends here from the likes of Microsoft who can probably explain it better than I. The next one, sorry, can you back it up? So, the second one is, I think, a very important, compelling reason, or one of the compelling reasons probably why we should go to a cloud. Kasi, these cloud providers, like, we have a data center, versus a data center. Some of our competitors have a data center that offer cloud services. Siyempre, we invest for us to maintain these systems. We have to have good people. Parang outsourcing. Why do you outsource? Why do you outsource functions to other groups? Kasi they can do it as well or even better than you. Pero yung quality, hindi bumababa. Yun yung essence ng outsourcing. In a sense, cloud is like outsourcing some of your IT computing to another party. So yung maganda dito is you get the benefits of, kasi meron kaming IT resources. You don't have to have as much. I'm not saying, do not misquote me. I'm not saying that you can fire your IT people. Okay? This will free them to do more important things than maintaining servers. Diba? Yun yung importante. Yun din yung If you cannot be indispensable If you cannot be fired, you cannot be promoted. Yun yung prinsipyo ko. Pero for you to be free to, kumbaga, the more mundane tasks, you have to pass on to somebody else. Otherwise, you'll be stuck doing that. And yung maganda dito is, the cloud providers will have that IT talent. But, if you leverage on these cloud providers, you'll also have access in a sense. Kumbaga, nai-inherit ninyo yung capability na yon. Kasi kasama naman yun sa binabayan ninyo sa kanila Diba? So, you can be as competitive as the next organization in serving the needs of your constituents. Yun yung that's the bottom line. Okay? Tapos, hindi pa kayo problema, yung lead-in, yung mga ganon. Kasi yun naman yung mga essences of all outsourcing. So, you know that probably better than I. Yung organizational agility is something that, ibig sabihin nito, kasi nga sa cloud, the resources are aggregated. So, pwedeng virtual yung resources. Kung kailangan nyo ng additional capacity bukas, pwedeng i-allocate yun doon sa resources ninyo. Doon sa parang virtual machine ninyo on the fly. Okay? However, I think this is an area that you have to consider. Kasi nga, ang public sector, the way that a government agency or an LGU operates, di ba, meron kayong proseso you might need to have a change in how you procure services when you do it in a cloud. Kasi yung agility and flexibility, baka hindi nyo matama. Hindi nyo ma-experience. Kasi, yung process ninyo mag-slow down sa inyo. So, I don't know the answer to that, but it's something that you have to, yung procurement process ninyo against a cloud implementation for cloud services might need to be reviewed. Hindi ko alam kung how that would pan out. Kasi nga yung benefit ninyo of the flexibility, hindi nyo mali-leverage yun kasi lalabas yung bidding process ninyo magpapabagal sa inyo. Pero after that, Ano, it can, if you want it now, I can give it to you in a while. Ganun kabilis.